Many of you are about to walk in your breakthrough. Many of you are about to tangibly experience what God has spoken to you concerning your marital destiny or your spouse. You have been seeing confirmation after confirmation, and God has been basically telling you to prepare, okay? How you know you're about to walk in your promise and tangibly have it, so there will be no more prophetic words. It's actually going to be manifestation, tangible. You can actually touch and see it, is God will call you to prepare. Now, I need you to understand something about God. God is a God of order, right? So he never sends us in a place unprepared. But this is how you know if God is leading you to, this is how you know you're about to get your breakthrough, is because he's saying, hey, I need you to prepare. Now, I need you to understand something, and I'm going to give you some wisdom that the Holy Spirit has given me. If it's born by the Spirit, it must be governed by the Spirit. So what that means is, if it's from heaven, it has to be governed by heaven. So you need God's leading the entire time you have this promise. And you cannot forget that. Your marital destiny has to be led by God. All right? God will begin to tell you things you need to do in order for this to last. This is not something where you're going to depend on your own knowledge and your own wisdom to make last. If it's born by the Spirit, right? It has to be governed by the Spirit. So let's talk about Mary, where she was a virgin and God gave her a baby. First of all, that is a miracle in itself, right? However, because it was born by the Spirit, meaning that it came from God, it had to be led by God. It had to be conducted by the leading of the Father, right? So you are not going to ignorantly handle this thing in a way where you would normally do. So when it comes to your promise, you need God's leading. So during your separation and during your standing, God would have been preparing you, making you strong and knowing his voice, knowing his leading, understanding who he is, so that when he gives it back to you, you know how to handle it appropriately, okay? So warfare right now, it is rough, all right? Warfare is up, but guess what? We have the victory over our warfare. The warfare is just confirmation that God is working, all right? I need you to understand that God is doing it now, all right? God is at work now. And you have to get your mind in a place where you understand that. And you have to be consumed with what God is telling you to do. For example, during my preparation of the return, he told me, learn how to cook salmon patties. Now, I can cook, y'all. I can cook. I just delayed on the salmon patties, okay? So this was something that God knew my spouse would like, and God had already told me to perfect me making this thing because this is something that he would like. Another thing that God started telling me to do was buy a blender. He began to tell me to begin to make him fruit smoothies in the morning time. See, I'm listening to God, and God is preparing me because he knows what's going to happen. Like, he knows what your spouse might like or need, right? I want you to understand that the instructions don't stop. Sometimes God will lead you to wear certain things, buy certain things to make your marriage last, to make your connection more spicy, all right? So if it's born of the Spirit, it has to be governed by the Spirit, okay? In order to complete the purpose that God has connected to that thing, all right? So definitely, you guys, you want to pray over your preparation season, because the enemy will try to attack your preparation season. He will try to attack your money, so you're not able to buy the things that you need to be able to prepare. Okay, so prepare and pray over your preparation season. Pray over your health. Pray to God and ask God to show you what are some things that you need to be doing to prepare if this is your season. If God is not leading you to prepare, that is okay. All right. That means that he is still working on you. Okay. And I'm going to need for you to hurry up and get through the process. Don't resist the process. Go through the process so you can get to the grand finale. Okay. So for many of you guys, this is the grand finale. You have been going through this cycle for quite some time now. Okay. I wanted to bring to your attention something that God brought to my attention in prayer about the number 3. And you know how I gave the instruction on praying every 3 hours. Now, when you understand God, you have to understand that God is very intentional, and a lot of things has a lot of purpose. So he began to show me that the number 3 means completedness. The reason why God is having you pray every 3 hours is because a lot of you have been in a cycle of the same thing over and over and over again in this stand. So you praying every 3 hours is God bringing this cycle to completion. All right. He is breaking the cycle. Increased prayer means that the cycle is ending and that the will of God and what he originally wants in this situation will happen. Okay. I love you guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your day.